Hey guys, welcome to your weekly astrological horoscope for Wednesday, December 6th. And how about them how do I say this, protests and street disobedience, civil disobedience and all that stuff? How about that, spreading awareness and helping the fellow people and stuff, cuz energies today are just gonna be like, it's gonna be a roller coaster of shit. I'm telling you now. Let's go ahead and jump right into today's episode and see what is going on. Hey. So as you can see from the nice big bubble of holy shit, that's a lot of energy. There's a lot happening. There's quite a lot happening. Let's go ahead and try to break this down, because in its current state, it looks like a mess of everything. So let's first talk about this. This is the big elephant in the room right now. When you have 4 points like this, creating 4 squares on, basically like a square, a giant real fucking square. This is what we tend to call a grand square. Now, we known ahead of time that this year was going to feature a number of grand squares. Grand squares essentially mean that all of the energy is it's stressing. It's stressing to a point of there is no alleviation. Remember on Monday we were talking about, whoa, there's a lot of energy anywhere and it's scary. But we also have trines and sextiles, the blue lines that were relieving that energy, right? There's no relief here. There's no relief here. This is truly a grand square where all of the energy is polarizing and fighting among itself, and it's just going over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and there is no release from any direction. It is continuously building up until the bottle shatters. Now, we do have this, trine over here that is kind of trying to let go a bit of that energy. And we do have the moon having 2 trines trying to disperse that energy. And we do have a sextile here, again, trying to disperse that energy. But overall, this is the grand matrix of the energy. And we really didn't want a grand square right now. Of all the times to have a grand square, right now is really not one of them. Right now is not one of them. I've already gone over this. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Change, revolution, take action, commitment, and to the structure that it is that you want. The biggest twist here is the moon shifting into Leo. Now, admittedly, this grand cross, or this grand square, grand cross, begins in Cancer. It begins at the end of Cancer. You can see the degrees 25, 26, and 28. So around 25, 26 in Cancer, it begins. So we take that emotional mastery that we have gained through Cancer, we realize what we care for the most in emotional sense, and we take that into Leo, where we become passionate about the things that we want to begin doing. And this stress of energy is now where things begin to heat up. Because yes, it was in a water sign, an air sign, an earth sign, and a fire sign, but this stress continues into another fire sign. So we have 2 fire signs, 1 earth sign, and 1 water sign, or air sign. There's no water. This is literally like molten air, like heat. There is no water to douse this energy, because the water that we did have was in Cancer, and now it's in Leo. This is the Grand Cross that everyone has been looking at with no water in it. This is heat, ladies and gentlemen. This is energy. This is passion. This is, to a certain point, even rage, really. This is where things get really dicey. And most of all, it's not the only aspect we have, because guess who's back? Ta-da! Yep, it's our Fez. There is a double tricolor going on. You know, Fezes aren't necessarily very common, especially with some of the planets that we have. You know, in all of this, we have the Saturn Mercury conjunct in the galactic center. We have our Mars in Libra. We have our newly joined moon in Leo, and we do have our little bit of water Chiron over here. Definitely fixing the pains that we have with society at large, involving communication and restrictions, getting passionate about the things that we need to become involved with in order to bring this to a full circle. But we also have, you know, our passions needing to take actions in order to heal ourselves and bring this to a full closure. These two events are going to happen on their own regardless. You don't even need to take action, but if you do, you're going to be a part of all of this that's going to be occurring. This is basically a collective unconscious decision that everyone is going to make as one being. The one you want to take a look at is the conscious decision ones. So are you going to take action here, right? Because this is a sextile. This is the conscious decision to do so. Are you going to take that emotional passion within you and take action against that stuff, right? Are you going to elevate yourself to what Saturn is trying to educate you on and bring closure to this, right? Are you going to take the messages that are being delivered to you, realize what they're all about, take action to fix all of this, and, you know, bring this to closure? This, you know, Fez here is truly about coming into knowledge and awareness. Mercury being on top of Uranus in Sagittarius is definitely learning a massive lesson in all the stuff that has been occurring in our lives. And with everything being aspected to Mars as it's getting ready to move into Scorpio, this is a big, are you going to take action or not? You know, especially with the moon in Leo, that inspires us to do more, to do better, to be passionate about the things that we want in our lives. And having the North Node conjunct Ceres, which is about to go retrograde very soon, it's definitely about all of those all of that moving forward, you know, all of that passion and stuff. And let me take a look at here when exactly Ceres does retrograde, because it's gonna be soon. Let me see. I believe that Ceres retrograde somewhere in, here we go, found it. She retrogrades on the 17th. Which again is 4 days after the vote, which, by the way, what day of the week does that fall on? Monday? The 17th. What is the 17th? The 17th is Sunday. Ooh, people are going to be riled up Sunday. Definitely, you know, they're going to try to pass that shit again towards the end of the week. So 14th, they're going to do it. 15th, people are going to become aware of it. This might be a whole weekend protest moving until the next week. Like, are you passionate? Are you passionate about the things in your life? This full moon is literally going to bring you into the awareness of the external strives of those people that are going to take action or are not going to take action. And it's going to bring you into this, like, are you going to take the red pill or the blue pill? That's where it's going. That's where it's headed. Are you going to take the red pill or the blue pill? Because this is a massive concentration of energy that's going to go pop. So we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully I am not correct. That would make me a terrible astrologer, but a very happy person, because I would not like to see massive protests. But you know, even on a personal internal level, you know, we're going to be seeing a lot of conflictions within each of us. Do we want to participate? Do we not want to participate? Are we being forced by our external forces to participate? You know, there's going to be a lot of external pressure as well as a lot of internal pressure going in this day about what actions do we want to commit to. There's going to be a lot of changes that we're going to be coming into aware of, that is going to change the way that we approach certain things. And I'm not just talking about political in a sense, but even in our everyday lives. You know, Venus is chilling in Sag. For those of you that may be wondering, Venus is chilling in Sag, and that's cool. And I'm glad she's making a beautiful trine to the moon, because, you know, this might be one of those situations where you're going to meet someone and they may inspire you to move, or you may inspire someone else to move. This is a very beneficial aspect right here. And again, our commitment to the pains on a spiritual collective sense. So definitely a lot of commitment when it comes going on here, and taking action, or, you know, in being inspired by everything that is happening around us, as people try to get them to act. But I mean, I do need to remind us that there is a square with the sun. So like, these actions may not be the things that we want to do, but they are things that we're gonna probably have to do, right? But yeah, that's looking like the energy. Probably gonna end up calling this video either, you know, hump day, which is quite appropriate, or really the peak. A very big peak in energy here. A lot of fiery energy going into all of this. So our full moon's looking quite adventurous so far, wouldn't you say? We just want our bounty and our rewards and all of our new moon Scorpio resolutions to work out for us, and there is a world of mess occurring at the greater large in the community, and we're slowly being not even drafted, just dragged into it all. So we'll see how this plays out. You know, a lot of these energies, I'm mainly talking about North American conflicts, but there's still a lot of things at large happening here, especially with like North Korea and, you know, the Middle East and all of that. So even if this doesn't play out in that regard, this might play out in a different way. So it's definitely something to take a look at if you're not already paying attention to the news around you and figuring out what's happening in the world. Now's a very good time, because December is a crazy month. It's gonna be a crazy month, and once Saturn enters Capricorn, that's it. We gonna be seeing a lot of changes. So yeah, enjoy your time. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful and useful, and as always, stay safe, stay positive. I'll catch you guys on the next cast. Peace.